Good afternoon, everyone. Uh, bef- Before we start, um, I'd like to, in all spirit of reconciliation, acknowledge all the traditional custodians of the country throughout Australia and their connections to the land, sea, and the community. We pay our respect to their elders, past, present, and emerging. Thank you. Now we can start. We're a Can Crusher group too. My group and I. Ming and Yong King, also known as Stephen Wilson, respectively. Um, Today we'll be talking to you about how we innovated the Can Crusher and in hope to make it more efficient and user-friendly. Um, uh, before I talk about the aim, before I talk about the aim, one of the reasons why we chose to innovate as Can Crusher is because, one fact is aluminum is a very high intensive product. Aluminum cans, especially, a very high intensive product to produce, and they leave behind a very high carbon footprint. I think it's responsible for about 11 or 12 tons of CO2 emissions per can every time it is produced. So our ultimate goal was to make the recycling of cans a regular habit in society, simply appealing to human decency, I guess, through the innovation of the can crusher, while attempting to meet the requirements of the client by making the product more efficient, easy to use, reliable, cost appropriate, safe, accessible to anyone, and above all, eco friendly. In our scope, we listed the main bullet points, which were the main, I guess you could say, objectives which our group tried to solve, was making the crusher accessible and simple, cost efficient and safe, reduce pollution, decrease the limitations to the product, make the product more durable and user friendly. Um, in terms of simplicity and the accessibility, we thought about making this possible by placing the crusher in a more public area, open to the community or anyone who wanted to use it. In terms of simplicity, where when it came to design and the application and the consumer usage, when it came to design, we did not want to overcomplicate the product. We tried to keep it as simple as possible, as we wanted to make it so that it would be less costly for it to manufacture. In terms of application, we wanted the crusher to simply crush cans effectively, swiftly, and just takes less effort. By making it user friendly, that our aim was to make that crusher require less work to crush the cans. This is attempted by trying to innovate the design of the crusher to work more efficiently, also making it easier to use. When it came to the durability and eco-friendliness of our crusher, we tried to do this by using materials that were long-lasting, and that were easily recyclable and could be used again. We proposed to use materials such like stainless steel or an aluminum alloy, which is strong and light, but it is quite costly. We also wanted to use a strong polymer along with the crusher, the design of the crusher, with nylon or melamine plastic polymer, which helps the material to be strong and have a high resistance to heat, therefore making it more durable and last longer. In the next slide, our group collaboration. So these were the different mediums which we used in the group to contact. We mainly used WhatsApp for regular group chat messages, just if there were updates or someone had updated a document. We use these WhatsApp for basically the small messages. For the big blue button located in the Collaborate Ultra, we use that for the main group conferences, which we all agreed on specific times where we came together and we made these were the serious tasks we discussed, and using the big blue button. We used Discord for a while, but that medium of communication wasn't really we didn't use it for too long, and we ended up just not using it at all for after a little while. The next slide, please, Wilson. Thank you. Here's our mind map. So basically, we stated the main requirements the client asked us. We listed them down along with all the other subheadings of all the smaller, not the smaller needs, but the other more detailed needs that came under all the main bigger blue how do I say, ideas, or the clouds, or whatever, from the branches from the main Can Crusher idea. So these, we took in account all these different factors in order to come up with to try to innovate the Can Crusher to as best as we could. Next slide. So these are our concepts. So the first concept you may recognize very that was the simple pulley concepts, very similar to our design. We kept it very simple. There is no electrical components needed. We did have to increase the framework and the base to cater for much larger cans. The second concept is the foot operated, and sorry, go back to the initial. And then the third concept is the pneumatic air powered compressor. It's like a Can Crusher. It's basically just an air compressed device that crushes the can at the push of the button. Next. So this is an idea of how we chose to innovate our compressor, which is basically just, it's almost the main idea was to make the lever in crushing the can one. So connect the pulley, the main levers where the force will be initiated, to connect them, make them one, and so it will change from the pulley being in a holding the pulley in a horizontal direction to a vertical direction, which made all the more sense in just pulling the crusher down. And we were thinking of increasing the weight of the levers to make the crush more smooth and easier. And if it was not in use, it would just hang there. And yeah. Next line. These are just our digital 2D designs, the drawings that we made. Next. Yep, this is the front base view, the side views. Yes. Now we'll have, yeah. Thank you. Now I'd like to hand over to Stephen. Please take over, Amin.
Thank you, Caleb. So we all know that the voice of the customers is very important for any kind of product. So we create a quality function deployment, also known as the QFD, to not just list out the demand qualities of the Can Crusher, the quality characteristic, but also the opinions of the customer and the ranking concepts. So from the QFD, we draw out the needs table. Not just list out the parts, we also adding the details of what kind of material of the parts is created from, the type, the size, the quantity, and the purpose of the parts. From, as you can see here, from the level and the pulley to the detachable collection bin. Also, we did create a specification table to list out all our questions for what kind of aspect we should focus on our product, from the equipment, safety, the cost, and the community benefits. And we're also adding the information of the source of information we get from, the methods of data collection, the responsibility of the members, and the details. As you can see in the table, we list all of those. And we all know that the purpose of the project isn't just design a product. We also learn how to manage our team. Team management is a very important skill, not just for applying for a job, but also go to work. It is a future aspect, and it is important to create a WBS, also known as the work breakdown structure. It is not just show the different stages of our project to innovate our can culture so that it can stand out from the others can crusher. It is also a guide on how we're gonna plan our project. And we did list all of the stages you can see in the WBS. To make sure we are always on track and follow the deadlines, we create the Gantt charts. So we will never gonna lose our tracks. Just stick to the table, and yes, we're good to go. And from 19 August to 6 September, yep, from the table, as you can see. And the last things are the meeting minutes to show our records of the meetings. There are total 10 meetings, so yes, there are 10 minutes. So one more thing are the videos. I want to show you the very interesting video that we create from using the SolidWorks. One of the one of the lesson we get from our course. Yep. Please, Wilson, please show us the videos.
Yes, I did.
You
want me to play again?
I cannot see anything. There's only blanks. Can you play the video?
Just here now?
Just play the videos on the web because you're showing your screen. Yep. Yes, please. Thank you. Yes, this is the assembly video. As you can see, there are not much parts and easy to assemble. So our product is absolutely easy to assemble, easy to use. And the next video is showing you how the product works. You just simply pull the handles and the can will be crushed under the pressure of the pressure plate. And yep, that's all. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thanks very much, the team. That was a very interesting work and I really enjoyed it. Please give a round of applause to the presentation. Thank you, thank you. All right, good, good. It seems everyone enjoyed your presentation as much as I did. And can I ask the audience to start asking their question, please? Questions? Don't be shy. Okay, so this is about the using the coin. Did you see the question? Dave is asking that can you use rewarding?
Hello. So I will answer. Yeah, I can answer now.
So yeah. Flynn is asking about the coin, is it?
Yes, yes. Does it have anything to disperse the coin? Yes, it does, but it's it's a very complicated part, so we cannot show you on the design. It also contains the electrical parts, so yeah, the full design is not we cannot able to design the whole product, so we only
Yeah.
show you the main parts. And
Yes,
yes,
Okay.
and I'm also just building on what Steve said, Mim. Thank you for that. It will be very, if we were to use coin dispensers, these will increase the cost, and we had a specific budget given to us by the client, so we want to, and just appealing to, I guess, human decency. I mean, 11.9 tons of carbon emissions. It wouldn't hurt to just crush a simple can now, would it?
Okay. And can I also add that this was not claimed as a scope? I mean, I never asked you to do a very sophisticated, very complicated project. And when you claim something, you say my design is gonna reward a coin, and you don't deliver it. That's not good. But I think you will maintain the scope, because this was not a part of the scope, and we never wanted you to do a complex thing. The second question is coming from the Dave, and he's asking about the stability of the designs. I guess he's concerned, how do you ensure that the structure doesn't topple when you try to crushing something? How this is being secured, for example, to the wall, to the bench desk? Can you explain that for the audience, please?
yes, is as you can see, we did show the type of our material, and we also show you the way it works, the motion. Uh, is you can see it's very stable, and of course we're using stainless steel, which is a lot much more harder than aluminum. So yes, it will be very stable and durable.
Okay. Any other question? If no question, please just join me in thanking the presenters.